All right, today we are going to do something a little bit different. We're not talking about anything mechanical. We are going to take a look at something internet-based. In specific, something about Wikipedia. I've been teaching a comp class involving Wikipedia for many years, going back probably too long. And it's changed over the years. When I first started this in the early 2000s, I told the students to avoid Wikipedia at all costs. Just don't even go there because it was full of garbage. And at that time, it was pretty true. Since then, things have changed tremendously to where Wikipedia is a nice place to start research and take a look at the references cited on each page, etc. However, this is not what we are here to talk about. We're here to talk about Granville Woods, who was chosen at random in 2007. Back then, when I was teaching the class, I would grab a Wikipedia entry at random and vandalize it in class and usually make some stupid joke, and we would laugh about it as a class and then move on. That happened with Granville Woods, who in March of 2007. In March of 2007, I was teaching a class in the early morning at the University of Akron, and Granville Woods' webpage said, or Wikipedia page said, that he attended school in Columbus until age 10 to help his father in a machine shop. I added the quote, I added the line, to help his father in a machine shop that made speed equipment for carriages. Akron is close to the headquarters for Summit Racing. I made the joke that Granville Woods was the late 1800s equivalent of Summit Racing. We laughed about it and moved on. And I never thought about that edit until years later. In 2010, I believe, I started to think about those Wikipedia pages that I had vandalized and altered over the years. And unfortunately, the only phrase that I could remember adding in specific enough to search, was speed equipment for carriages. So I put that in. Actually, I took a look at Granville Woods' page, which was largely cleaned up. There was no trace of speed equipment for carriages in 2010. But in putting that phrase into Google, it showed me hits for a lot of different pages, third-party pages, external pages, non-peer-reviewed, non-open pages that had that exact phrase. And when I went to look at them, these are live right now in 2018, we have Granville Woods, and in the description, in the biographical information, it says that he made speed equipment for carriages. And a Yahoo Answers page says that he made speed equipment for carriages. And this one that's called enacademic.com, it used to be en.academic.ru. If we scroll down and take a look at the biographical information, it said that he made speed equipment for carriages. And we can go on. Biography, this one's finebiography.org. TechScienceNews.com has the same thing, made speed equipment for carriages. And that presents a problem, because while the Wikipedia page has been fully cleaned up, the only way you find any trace of it is to go deep into the view history of the page. You have to select 500 sources, and you could scroll through, or 500 edits, and scroll through and go to the older 500. I mean, it's 800-900 edits, maybe more at this point. Let's see, 2012 goes back to 2008. Yeah, so over 1,000 edits before you find the origin of speed equipment for carriages. It exists. It's in there. The page has been cleaned up. It is probably very correct regarding the bibliographic information for Granville Woods now, and that's a much, much more reliable page than any of these others that have vandalized absolutely incorrect, made up information that they are citing as fact. That is polluting the information downstream from Wikipedia, and another reason to use peer edited sources. But over time, some of those have dropped off. This list isn't as long as it used to be. Some of the pages are gone, some of them have been cleaned up, but there are still a lot of static web pages that, unless you took the time to track down who runs the specific web page, contact them, ask for a revision, it's going to be there. How many sites exist like this? I have absolutely no idea. This was just one random edit that I made over 10 years ago, and the effects of that are still being shown in a dozen web pages. So that is concerning in and of itself. Last year, though, something changed, because I was preparing for a class and was pulling up all of my usual entries like AfricanAmericanInventors.org and the Yahoo entry and en.academic.ru that's now enacademic.com. But last year when I did it, there was a new entry, and I said, what is this books.google.com? We see the Encyclopedia of the Industrial Revolution in World History. That is something we will take a look at in the next video.